One of the best ways to make money woodworking is building and selling smalls. What are smalls? I'm not sure who coined the term. However, smalls are basically home decor items, whether it be rustic, modern, contemporary, or farmhouse style. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to take a little bit of wood and turn it into a lot of profit. Meet me at the table saw. For the first project, we're going to be building one of the most profitable small woodworking projects I've found to date. This wall planner. Wait until you see the amount of money 6 of these guys go for. You'll be shocked. This was literally one of the first projects I started off selling at my local markets. It does not require much wood or material. What I've got here is a 1-inch vial and a piece of 5/4 by 6. You can pick up a piece of this 5/4 at your local box store for cheap. Our width is at 5.5 and our thickness is 1 inch. Our length is going to be at 10 inches. We'll start by finding center of our 5/4 board, which is going to be 2 3/4. Just make a little tick mark right at the top and then pull down 5.5, somewhere around there. It doesn't have to be exact. Make a little mark and mark center there as well. Then what you're going to do is take your vial, and what I like to do is stick it right above my top by about 1/4 inch and just make a little tick mark right at the bottom of that vial. And we'll go ahead to the drill press and get this hole drilled out, which is going to be 1 inch. Before we drill our hole, we'll take and pull from our 5.5 inch mark up 1/2 inch, and that's where the center of our bit will start. All right, back over here at our table saw, we're going to take our speed square, and what you want to do is line up your square right at the last place your hole curves, and I'll bring you in for a close-up. So just bring your square right over to where you see your curve disappear slightly. Make a light mark. Do that on both sides of your hole. Now you can either cut this out at your table saw, miter saw, or you can cut it out with a jigsaw. What I'm going to do is take it over here to the bandsaw and get this thing cut. All right, now most woodworkers, damn roosters, most woodworkers will have some blue tape, but what I like to do is take my 0 clearance insert from my table saw, and that way I have a nice straight edge up against the side of my piece, and I can get a nice line marked out for my curve. And again, you could cut this out with the jigsaw, bandsaw, or you could even cut it at the miter saw and just fine tune it with the sander. I'm going to show you how to do it with the miter box and the sander and the bandsaw. So just turn your miter saw to a 45-degree bevel and make this cut right up against that curved line. Now we'll take this to the belt sander and get it sanded right up to our line. Now, say you have a bandsaw, what you'll want to do is make some score cuts. And both of them come out pretty similar, so whether you got a belt sander or you got a bandsaw, the option is left up to you. Now, it's very important that you do not have your slot too tight. If you need to make some micro adjustments, go ahead and make them, because if it's too tight to where you're having to force it in there, this glass will break and possibly cut you. So you just want it to be nice and snug to where you can shake it around and it won't fall out, just like so. Now, I could leave this just like this, but you know me, I gotta put my spin on everything. Meet me over at the miter box. Now, if you like it how you have it now, don't switch it up, but I just like to switch things up a little bit. So I'm gonna cut a slight taper on the very tops of each little side here. I'll put my bevel on a 7, and I'll come in at the top about 3/4 of an inch. Hold this piece tight while you cut it. And we're just adding that cool little taper right on the side of this thing. Yeah, I think that looks pretty damn cool. So we'll go ahead and get this thing sanded to 150, and then I'm literally going to beat the hell out of this thing.
What?
You may be saying, what? Well, when I say beat the hell out of it, I mean it. We're gonna dent it, we're gonna bang it, we're gonna try and break it. We're gonna put holes in it. We're gonna make it rustic. All right, now what I got here is some Minwax wood finish penetrating stain, and it is the special walnut kind. I really love this stain. The color is awesome. So we'll go ahead and get it opened up. And I'm just gonna take a paper towel and kind of fold it up and make a little stain pad. And we'll go ahead and bring this bad boy to life. Most likely do like 2 coats probably. I think that should suffice. So we'll set this down and let this dry, and we'll come back, slap a second coat on it, and I'll show you how much these things are going for, which is gonna blow your mind. So before we finish this thing up, what I wanna do is drill a couple of holes on the tops of both sides. And what we're gonna do is take this parachute cord, and we're going to have this be what holds it up while it hangs. I don't know if you noticed, but that thing in the background spinning is a badass spice rack that I just built. And I'll link the video to that spice rack right up here in the right or left. Yeah, somewhere up here in the corner, right here. All right, so we're gonna take and pull down from our very top 1 inch on both sides, and we're gonna set the rope to be further back. So we'll make a mark at about 1/8 inch from the back. And we're gonna use the 1/8 inch drill bit and drill out these 2 holes. I'll get my hole started, because what I'm going to do after that is angle my drill bit to a 45. A good way to make sure that you're right at that 45 is take and cut a 45 on a separate piece of wood and set your drill base on that 45 to where it lines up. And just let it ride that bit. And we'll take our parachute rope, send it through one side, and just simply tie a knot. And then we'll see how much we want to use. So I'll probably wind up using around 1 foot or so. And we'll take our scissors and give it a snip. Then we'll send that through and tie a knot for this side. Just like so. How cool is that? Look at the results of us beating the hell out of this thing. That is absolutely incredible. People go crazy over stuff like this. It's super easy to make, no intricate cuts, nothing crazy, and then you get to have fun by beating the hell out of it. We turned an absolutely perfect piece of pine into a rustic, weathered wall decor. That's awesome. And people go nuts over this stuff. So now that we've got the most difficult part out of the way, and that is building it, we just add our tube, add your plant of choice. It could be a succulent, a live rose, any kind of plant you like, and boom, you've got yourself a piece of rustic wall decor, a rustic wall planter. Now I want you to take a look at what they're selling these for. 270, let's just say 275 bucks.
What?
I believe that is for 4 of them. So if we take and do a little bit of math, that's right under 70 bucks for each one of these pieces. That's a big ass profit. And there's no doubt that these things are super popular right now online. Look, just 2 left and in 2 people's carts. Those are basically sold already. You can make these out of walnut, maple, cherry, any kind of hardwood, domestic hardwood, exotic hardwoods, or how I did, out of a simple piece of pine with the walnut stain, or you can use the cherry stain. Any kind of stain will work, or you can paint them. I highly recommend this project for beginners and really any skill level woodworker if you're looking to make some profit. I'm gonna finish making a few of these and I'll probably wind up posting them on my Etsy shop for around 45 bucks a pop. I think that'll be a fair price. And one of my favorite things about this project is you can put tapers on it. You can leave it square. You can make both ends round like the bottom. There are unlimited options that you can take with this project. Rockstars, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll be sure to leave a link to the 1-inch files in the description, but I'll also leave a link to our brand new Facebook group. We are growing like crazy. If you're a woodworker and you need some questions answered, or you want to share some of your project photos or videos, or if you're a content creator and want to share your YouTube channel, it's absolutely free. Until next time, get in your shop and make some sawdust. Sky.